Okay, this is kind of your first PE video, and it's on the same day as the introduction videos. Because remember, PE is a night classes term, so it is going to be two classes in one. It'd be like if we were at the Excel Center. If you had a PE class every day, you would do an hour and 15 minutes every day, all 4 days. But with night classes, you do two of those. So, like, just an example, Monday and Tuesday, those 2 hour and 15 minutes become 2.5 hours, and you do it in one night, and then you have a day off, and then you do two classes on Thursday. This is a Tuesday, Thursday class. So this is when your videos will be posting, is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I will be doing this first one, I think, post at 7 a.m., but after that it'll be at midnight, and so that you'll have a full, in this case, 48 hours to do the work, because you'll have 2 days. Now, I'm going to lay out what we're going to be doing. It's a little challenging being online for this class for sure. And you're probably wondering, I've been shooting my music appreciation videos, so that's why I'm here at the piano, and I just figured it'd be just as easy. So I think, there'll be some from the classroom, there'll be some from home, depending on which day I'm shooting the videos. But anyway, just so you know, I am teaching a music appreciation class this term. So there's going to be, it's like I'm running laps while playing music. So anyway, but I wanted to kind of lay out what we're going to be doing. It is, like I said, challenging being online for PE. When we were at the school, we were utilizing the gym and doing things like that. But mainly, with a PE class, I think about the PE classes I had in high school and even in college, and just the different experiences I got. Now, I'm always been kind of into sports and doing different things, played in leagues and did different sports, but I remember PE classes just learning about a lot of different games and sports and things to do, and I enjoyed those. I also know, we all are in different stages of life here, and so, depending on how active you are and the things you do. So, this class is not going to be like we come in like you would at high school. You go in, everybody plays basketball, everybody does this. It's all about, really, it boils down to making healthy choices and really just trying to be more active in anything. Okay, so that could be a wide range at the stage we are now in our lives. So it's just one of those things where I want to focus in on that. Now, as far as the order of the class, kind of what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a little bit of mixture. Okay, I want us to, just like if we were at the school, we spent time learning about things of healthiness, of doing things. I also want to, because of my experiences and learning about games and sports and things, I think that helps us. So there's going to be some like classwork material, but then also a PE class is to do some active things. Now, when you hear that, I know some students think, oh no, am I going to be going outside and running? No, I'm going to explain that, but it's going to be a matter of doing some things that are active. Now, if some of you guys want to go out, start running or jogging or doing some kind of sport activity, or think that, I'm all for that. But the main thing I want to get across with this is everybody knows their own body. Everybody knows, I'm sure you've, your doctor visits and different things, you kind of know maybe what medications you're taking, all those things. And so anything you do, I want you to make sure that you feel comfortable with it, and that, you've had conversations with your doctor as far as like, hey, what is okay for me to do and healthy. That's up to you, and I'm going to leave that very, very open. So it's not going to be like, hey, I want everybody to do this exact exercise or something, because I just know that wouldn't be a good thing. So, but just so you know, I also want to encourage, if we were in class, we would be doing things if we were at the classroom, to be doing things that would be active or would be just kind of doing more and getting some healthy choices in. So, because the class is 2 hours each night, I want to split that up into, basically, because, when you hear, okay, if I was to come into class and say, okay, you're going to work out for an hour, and I use that word workout very loosely. and then do a classwork for an hour, working out for an hour, that's a big jump if you've not really been doing anything at all. So instead, I kind of want us to more try to do 30 minutes for that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Try 30 minutes. Now, here's the thing with that. Obviously, one of the days the 30 minutes would be not on a class time. But once you hear what I'm kind of having us do, I think there'll be something that you can find to do that day that does not take away from your time. So 30 minutes per day will be the hour that we would have spent doing some exercise or doing some kind of healthy thing. So 30 minutes on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then if you want to do it on your own over the weekend, that's up to you. It is good to rest a little bit, as far as not any like weight builder or anything like that will tell you, hey, work out muscle, but then give a rest. So, but if like Friday, or maybe if you rest Friday and try something Saturday just to stay in the swing, that's up to you. But as far as 30 minutes on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, how that would go is, okay, so your class is on Tuesday. You would do your 30 minutes on Monday, 30 minutes on Tuesday, and then what I'm going to have us do is mark down those things that we did. Now, no one else will see that, so I'm turning off the comments as far as, when I put a question out there each day, only I'm going to see it. You don't have to, get real details. It's just one of those things. I'm just checking to say, hey, what'd you do that day that was active? So Monday and Tuesday, you're going to put on the Tuesday answer, okay? There'll be a question posed. I know that those that have me in math, I had you take photos on your notes. This isn't even a photo. It's just going to be a question posed. What'd you do for your 2 days? And you're going to put that time and what you did. Then Wednesday and Thursdays, 30 minutes, we'll go on Thursday's question. Okay, now, today, because it's your first day of class, I'm not going to have us do that today, okay? Because we just got started. For one, you didn't know about this yesterday. And then, you're just kind of watching these videos, getting introduced to the class. So Thursday will be the first time you'll be asked that question. And so on Thursday, you're going to need to do 30 minutes tomorrow, 30 minutes on Thursday, and then write down what you did, okay? Now, here's where I'm going for on this, okay? And I'm going to be posting different things that you could be doing, just giving ideas. But like I said, you know what you're capable and what you feel comfortable doing. If you want to, for 30 minutes, want to just kind of be moving around, stretching, kind of doing that, and you feel like, hey, that gets, movement going or different things, I'm even willing, if you're like, hey, I'm going to go do laundry, or I'm going to go, move some stuff, or do some house chores, or cook dinner and move around and do those things. That is movement. That is exercise. That is now it's not as stringent as like jogging or walking or something like that, but it's activity. And so that's where online presents this challenge, but also too, with all of us in our stages of life, depending on where you are, that is could be different for everybody. So, I just want to make sure for about 30 minutes we're taking mental note that we're doing something active. Okay? Now, kind of sitting and watching TV, that's what I'm talking about. We want to, it's good to do that, take some time to relax throughout the day, but it's also good for that time period to try to find something active to do. Okay? Now, so as far as now, I would encourage you, if you are looking at this class, say, hey, I want to do some really healthy things, and I want to get into some activities that I've not done before. Some of these things I'll post, some of the stretch, some of the workouts, even just going out for a walk, a brisk walk or a jog or something, that could be a really beneficial thing. And so for that 30 minutes, if you're doing that, I want you to put, I jogged for 30 minutes, I walked for 30 minutes, I did a treadmill for 30 minutes, something like that. So that's a wide range of things. And there could be other things to think of. Now, if there's something that you put that I feel like, hey, that's probably not meeting the requirement, I'll email you personally and be like, hey, let's try this, maybe add this to it, and just see, if that will be something. Another thing I want you to do is during that time, because this kind of helps us too with the classroom learning of it, I want you to be checking your pulse, okay? With that, I think it gives us an idea of how stringent the workout is, what we're doing. And once again, everybody's body is different, especially at our different ages, to where some are healthy pulse rates, some are not. If you're doing something, I remember once I was doing a workout every day that was really good. I was losing weight. I was just, really, really enjoying it. And, it was intense, but it wasn't like crazy. I was enjoying it. But then I thought, okay, I reached kind of after a couple months of it, I thought, okay, I'm gonna do a little bit harder one on the video. And I was like, okay, I think I'm at this stage, I can do this. I put it on. It was like some of the same workouts, but it was just crazy intense. And so I got into it, and about a minute into it, I just felt, I felt like, hey, I stood up, and my heart was just racing. I mean, it was just racing. I thought, okay, this is not good. And so even though the other one, I felt like I could have done some more, the upper one, I felt like, I'm going to stick with this. It's been good. It's been healthy. And it was working. And I thought, because, I just realized that I think if I had stayed at that and been doing that for some, I could have been making some unhealthy choices. And I probably would have started giving it up. I would have been like, oh, I don't want to do that hard workout today. So, you have to kind of know your limits. And I'm not saying don't push past some of those, but you got to make healthy choices. Is it better to do a lower workout for 2 days than do a hard workout and then put it off for 3 or 4 days? That's not, you're benefiting more of that steady pace. So by checking your pulse, okay, a good spot is you can check on your wrist, and I would not use your thumb because your thumb also has a pulse rate. So you can use these, 2 fingers. You can feel it here, okay? Another spot is on your neck, okay? My neck is a little bit harder, it feels like, to feel sometimes, and especially if I'm talking. But, that pulse I can feel. You could, for about 10 seconds, you can check it. So I'm going to do that right now. So I had 12 beats in 10 seconds. You can multiply that by 6. Okay, so that's 72. That's 72 beats per minute. Okay, the reason why I multiplied 6, remember there's 60 seconds. So if I check for 10 seconds, if you want to check for a full minute, that gets kind of, it's a little bit longer. But if you check for 10 seconds and then multiply it by 6, you can check your heart rate. Now that's a resting heartbeat. I've not been running. I've not been, I played a little music, but that was about it. That's a kind of probably a normal resting heartbeat. I want you to check your resting heartbeat though before you get started. And I want you to mark that down. So before you do anything of whatever 30 minutes thing you're going to do, check your resting heartbeat, okay? Because some run higher. Some, people, their resting heartbeat's already at 80, 90, okay? Now that's, you may, like, if things like that is common, you probably already have talked to your doctor, but, that's something that you may want to, check. Some people that just runs that way. But, so check your resting heartbeat. Then what I want you to do is when you're in your main part of your workout, okay, if it'd be a little hard if you're jogging and if you don't want to stop, you can check right at the end. But, if you're doing the line, if you're doing something like I said and you're moving or you're stretching or you're doing that, about midway through, stop, check your heart rate and see if it's went up, okay? And kind of check and mark that. Now, you'll want to do, that's where everybody's different. You could easily type in what's a normal workout heart rate. And depending on your age, your, other physical things, it can vary a little bit. Now, you're obviously, there's limits that you're like, if it's going super high, I need to back off. I need to stop. So, that's one thing I want us to do as far as the class. So, kind of recap that. So, your workout portions will be 30 minutes on Monday and Tuesday. And when the question's posed on a Tuesday class, you're going to put, I did this for 30 minutes, and this was my resting heartbeat. This was my workout heart rate. Okay? Then on Thursday, when the question's posed, you're checking from Wednesday and Thursday. Okay? Your Wednesday and Thursday workout. Okay? So hopefully that gives you an idea. The other part of the class on the learning things, I think this will kind of be fun. I remember my high school classes, that's where I learned how to juggle. That's where I learned about field hockey, sports I'd never played before. And what I want to encourage with that is I think sometimes when we don't know a subject or don't know about something, we stay away from it. You know, we're like, well, I don't know anything about it. I take sports, for instance, you know, some people just not a big sports, and that's okay. But yet at the same time, we want to be exposed to a little bit of it in the way of, hey, I understand, and maybe I'd be interested in doing that. Because we, you know, some of those things can be very good active choices. And there's all kinds of sports where I am going to talk about some of the main ones, you know, and that way if you wanted to get involved with some of that, even just cheering on your team and getting into, you know, and those kinds can be fun. But there's also sports and things that, you know, I think of cornhole, you know, when you go camping, or horseshoes, or croquet, you know, you're moving around, you're doing some of that. Some of the ones that aren't as known can be kind of fun. Golf is one. If you get older and you want to kind of keep active and do those things, sometimes you can go to some beautiful golf courses and just enjoy the day and get a little exercise. And you know, it's just one of those ones that's not as high impact as like a baseball or football or basketball, but yet you can still get movement. And so I'll be talking about some of those and have you take notes. And that's going to be more of our quizzes and classwork stuff, the rules of it and the games and the fun. And that way you can get involved in some of those things and make some healthy decisions based on that. I'm not going to start that today. That'll be beginning on Thursday. So just be ready. Just to recap, just on Thursday, be ready to check for tomorrow. I want you to do a 30-minute, and Thursday do a 30-minute, and that's what you're going to be answering. And then there'll be a video on one of the sports. Okay? Any questions? Feel free to answer. But like today, you're watching the introductory videos, this one, and you're going to comment underneath that you watch for your attendance. Okay? Thanks, guys.